Furiosa: Mad Max Saga is the fifth Mad Max film and is a prequel to Mad Max Fury Road. All in all, I've been really looking forward to this film and it hasn't disappointed. So yeah, I think it's really good. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. I've got more to say about it on that. So yeah, being a prequel to Fury Road, it can lead to the whole, well, it could have led to the whole like prequel of like, you know how things are going to end, but this one, yeah, we know she's going to survive at the end, but that's not where the drama is. Obviously Furiosa in Fury Road is played by Charlize Theron, and in this film she's played by Anya Taylor-Joy. Now I must say she did a really good job with this, so got to commend her on that. Sort of like fitter mannerisms as well, having some of her own flair on that. And obviously second billing you had Chris Hemsworth, who I'll get to in a bit, but yeah, he's really good in this. But yeah, the story, like as Mad Max films go, no two were really alike. Like Fury Road was a chase film, like Thunderdome had like a larger scope and managed to explore more of the world. The first one was a bit more of a pseudo-western, but yeah, this one had again that larger scale similar to Thunderdome, but it almost felt more of a biopic. Like the whole film is set over like 20 years, and we see a lot of Furiosa's life from childhood and then going into adulthood and where she ended up when we saw her in Fury Road. And it really works. The director and writer, or one of the writers, George Miller, who has directed all the Mad Max films up until now. Like, it's amazing to think that with that constant thread, with each being different, like how he manages it. But looking at his filmography, like, you know, directing Babe and Happy Feet, the guy has range. And listen to some interviews of him talking about stuff and his inspirations. It just fills me with joy. He's just someone who's just so passionate and almost like an excitable little kid. Like, oh yeah, getting all these new toys to play with. But yeah, 9 years after the fact, it's a bit late. You could blame COVID for that for a couple of years, but you know, it was a long time coming, and I'm glad to say that the wait wasn't in vain, and it was definitely worth it. Like I say, with Anya Taylor-Joy, she was fantastic in it. And yeah, you see Chris Hemsworth also like throughout the run, and we see him throughout the 20 years as well. As the main antagonist, firstly, this film helped to remind me that Chris Hemsworth is Australian, because usually when we hear him, like, it's you know, strictly American, strictly, you know, what you tend to expect. But this, obviously, filmed in Australia, set in Australia, it really works, and the range he has, like he plays this sort of almost like dictator slash cult leader almost, but as he sort of like loses control and he loses his like grip on power, we see him start to crack, and we see just yeah, that nuance in his performance. Gotta commend him for that. Like the occasional lies he pulls, like the manipulations of the truth. It's hard to know if any of his backstory is true. We also revisit places like the Citadel and Immortan Joe from Fury Road. Now, unfortunately, Immortan Joe had to be recast because the original actor who played him passed away in 2020. But I feel that they did a good job. I'm not sure if it's because it's set earlier and or if it's like in comparison to everything else, but Immortan Joe doesn't seem as the crazy dictator that we see in Fury Road. So that's an interesting twist, and have someone like him being an uneasy ally for Furiosa to get her revenge is definitely a bit of a subversion. I thought it'd be playing more of an antagonistic role, but yeah, it's really interesting, that. And yeah, if you've seen Fury Road, there are a lot of the press was put to the emphasis on practical effects, and the same thing goes here as well. Yes, there's CGI used to like enhance landscapes or to do things that they couldn't necessarily do because this is a larger scale film. But yeah, the stunts for the most part are practical, and it really shows, and there's a definite punch to everything. And unlike with Fury Road, this one tends to take its time because it has to. It's spread over 20 years, and there's like it's got these 5 chapters, these 5 almost like a 5-act story. And I personally, yeah, I think it really worked with that. And even if it wasn't as non-stop action as its predecessor, it helped us to exist in the world for a bit, just slow down, look around, as opposed to constantly being on the run, and it really worked. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, really enjoyed it. I would recommend, if you have seen Fury Road, to watch this, or if you just like that type of that flavour of action movie. Again, you will enjoy this, and yeah, I must say I enjoyed it. I have recommended it to Mr. P and Mr. Dave. We'll see if their thoughts will mirror mine, but yeah, we'll see. I'll be sure to find out. But anyway, thank you for joining me on this, and if you want to see more reviews or look at the Geeky Show pod, please subscribe. And yeah, hope you have a good day, and see you later.